Well, now that I have the fuel tank bunghole situation fixed, it is on to the snow skis for the Llama, because the old ones got beat up and broken a bazillion times, and wait till you see the new ones. Oh my God. You guys notice that I don't have my skis on here. Well, they catch everything. If I land in tall grass, they were bending up. They broke over and over and over and over and over. So it's time for some new ones. So do you think I would have kept the pattern? But no, I can't find it. So I've got to go through and I've got to remake this whole thing. And I'm starting out. I've got some, this is some Plastrux diamond plate. And I think it's a little small for it, but it's what I have, and I don't have time to get it since we're leaving for HSM in like a week. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting this in half, because that's about the width that I need for this. And I used styrene for all this stuff, and I kind of ground it away so that it would sit down on the tube. If it sat like this, see, this had the double stuff, which is closer. The full size has a quad freaking pattern on it. So there's 4 lines on each one. Well, I can't find that. Well, I probably could if I really looked, but I don't have time. So I used the styrene for all the stuff, and I cut it down so that it would sit down on the thing just like the full scale. Well, that made it super flimsy. And these broke several times across the middle and all that sort of good shit. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to try to keep a solid piece of stuff all the way across. And hopefully that will help with the support, because it is thin. And on the full scale, it is thin. Let me show you. Here you go. So I've zoomed in on this. It's a decent picture, but you can see how thin that aluminum is. And it's got all kinds of waves. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. Got the supports underneath and a little spot right there where it comes up. And I had that piece, which was fine. That was great. But last time I was trying to mimic how thin this was, and consequently my pieces that went all the way across there broke, because it's just cheap plastic. And when this lands on grass of any height, those would scrunch up and break, and I'd have all kinds of problems. So we're going to try something a little different this time. Maybe not as scale, but maybe a little bit better at not being hanger rash. Yeah, that's what we're trying to prevent, hanger rash. Here's the first part that I'm doing differently. I'm going to put these little tiny brass pieces on here, and then put another brass piece on top of it to go across, so that I got some stiffness when it comes to putting on this line. You know, it's just on the very top, and it's round, so it's a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna make up seven of the little bastards. I got one down. It took me like 20 minutes. So I should have these down in like 5 minutes whenever I get done with them. Well, then after figuring out that I was going to need a bunch more of this stuff, I had to run down to the store because they closed in like 10 minutes. So now I've got enough, I hope, to finish making all that stuff, because I'd have to wait till tomorrow at 10 o'clock to get stuff done. So we got some more stuff. All right. Got all 12 of those pieces cut, and I got the one on there. So now all I gotta do is just shape these with the tube shape, and then drill a hole through it for the screw. Yeah. Where'd that one go? Oh shit. Yeah, that's fucking hot. He's hot, spinner. That one did all kinds of weird shit with the little brass that's left over after grinding. We'll see if a sharp bit will do it. Now what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning out that hole. There we go. Now I got all those. Now we got to put them on the skid. I got a spot there already. I got room for the next one. Ah, fuck, that one broke. I think, yeah, it broke. But we'll use it anyways. We'll do this one. And I'm slowly realizing my plan might not work as well as I'd hoped. Because if I screw these on, which is great, gets them into position, but now I got to put the top tubes on. They got to go like that, over the top. And I don't want to cut this one. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. All right, what I'm doing now is I've got the long stick and I'm going to solder that little piece that I just ground down onto the long one, and then I drill the hole through it. We're doing some sketchy shit. Maybe we don't need 800 degrees of fucking heat in it. Ah, that's hot, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Touching the bottom, and then we'll slowly add the heat. Now, I know you guys can't see it on that side. So there we go. And then I will drill a hole. Ah, that's still hot. That's how burnt fingers happen. This will sit like that on the center tube, just like that. And hopefully it won't rack as much as the little styrene did. All right, there's the first three. And yeah, the holes aren't drilled quite level. So I just gotta tweak them a little bit. And we'll just kind of push this one down and push this one up. But these are a lot stronger than the plastic ones that I had before. So, and these three are gonna be skinnier because it actually, the ski is wide and then it gets skinnier on the front end. All right, so I lost, or I threw out the little cutout, cardboard cutout that I made for the shape of the skids. Well, so now I've got to redo it. I have my old plans there, at least pictures, which I'm surprised that the picture stayed because it's photo bucket and I stopped using that a long time ago. 89. There's our first little spot. It's pretty sad when you got to extend out your template. Yep. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm actually tracing off the other one, the old one. We got our template. Got to put this one here. Then I got to get the other one and make that side. Basically, I'm just going to split it right down the middle so I can use these two down here. Cool. We're getting somewhere. Easy peasy, mountain breezy. I'm going to cut this side, and I'm going to leave it as one template. Now I can do this. Don't cut your fingers. We're going to cut by hand. There we go. Now I just got to cut out this part and that part, and we're good. Cool. There we go. Now let's go test it out on the helicopter. And yeah. There we go. I like it. Kellogg's and everything. Gotta love cereal boxes. All right, there it is. I have the old struts. They'll get a mount put back here. And so now I've got to measure where these are at because they're skinnier on the rods that go there. And then we got to hook it up. Yeah. There's the first part. We're just doing these curves freehand. Like they were free-handed. All right, here's another one of these 5 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 5 steps back. So I got all the things on here, and I lift it up and show you. So I've got the brass pieces, right, that I've been making. And, you know, I had them on center. I was like, they're pretty close, but then this happens. I have them screwed in, and they're just there's just enough off on each one of them. And what I'm trying to do is reuse the holes that are in there. And yeah, this sucks. Because now it looks like wavy shit. Now, the full size is a little wavy. Not that much. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. So I have to figure this out. Again, on top of making the other side. Ugh. All right, here's the solution to that problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and then glue these on. And I have them off spaced from where they were, just the hair. And what I'll do is I'll re-drill all the holes that are in here, so they'll miss all the stuff. We're gonna try that. So I did the other side slightly different. So I put all the brass pieces down on there and screwed them into position, got them kind of flat. Then instead of trying to screw through here, I just marked where the screws were, and some of them were a little off, but it's not bad, I don't care. And then glued this down as it was in position, so it'll be nice and somewhat flat and in position without trying to catch the holes and all that stuff in there. So this side is pretty much down, and the other side is pretty much done. I got a couple of detail pieces I got to put in there and put some stiffening thingies in there, but yeah, we'll get them done. Got to get this damn thing done quick. I got them done, but they probably won't survive HSM. The plastic is so brittle. I mean, it is just brittle as fuck. Good thing is all the brass things I can reuse on the next one, and I'll find some new stuff, but this is good for next weekend, which is HSM. So we'll get these primered and then painted and then installed. Yeah, I might not install them. They're so fucking brittle. I'd be afraid of knocking something off and breaking them. I might install them down there. Shit. All right, so we got it all painted and it's done. I am not going to attach them because shipping it down there in the trailer with all kinds of stuff is going to end up breaking it. The stuff is super fragile because it's old. So here we go. There it is. I don't have it attached. I just have it sitting on here. But there is the skis. You can kind of see underneath there. So my plan is to go ahead and get another thing of diamond plate because I got to thinking about it. I bought this diamond plate for the crane because up here on the top, right in this area, there is a bunch of walkways that is covering a bunch of hoses and cables and stuff like that. That's what I had originally bought this for. But it's too brittle even for this and for that. So I got scraps left over for that, but it is, you know, that won't be nearly as susceptible to being hit. Kind of like these, because I mean, these things, they hang way out. There's, you know, look at all that stuff hanging out there. That's what happened to the last ones. They got all screwed up from hanger rash and all that shit. What I used to paint it is this Rust-Oleum metallic finish, and this is the bright coat aluminum as bright as say. Get it coat with the aluminum, but it worked out pretty good. It's nice. It's got a nice aluminum shape to it. Nice color to it, nice shine to it. I was like, oh, I'll just rough this up and make it look like they've been scratching it and walking. If I touch it and look at it weird, it's got cracks in it. You can see right there, there's a crack running sideways right there. I already glued this one, that little crack right there. So I think we are done with the Lama prep. Tank is fixed. Everything's back together. Everything is lubed. Everything is cleaned. I even glued a couple of the plastic pieces that were in here. I got this little thing. So you see this, and you see that. So this is my short version of a magnetic holder, as you can see down in there. Yeah, just kind of nice. Just to hold open the door, and without making the whole freaking thing, the whole support system that comes off of here. That'll be the next project, because I want to redo the interior of this thing. And even this is getting bad. You can see in some of these places, the plastic sheet that I used is coming up. I can't remember. Actually, no. This is Dan's. This is Dan's doing. But it is getting really brittle. I'm seeing cracks all around. So this is going to have to get replaced. It just a stress crack. It's just drying out and getting nasty. So this is going to be time for a big redo. The prep work for HSM, it's done. So if you guys are coming down, shoot me a text or a message. Say, hey, we're coming down. We're going to be down there by Wednesday afternoon, sometime between 12 and 1, somewhere in there. A lot of people are coming on Wednesday. I've started a trend. Most everybody used to not come until like late Thursday night. And now I've always come down on Wednesday, so I can have a nice 5-day weekend and all this stuff. So that's what I was doing. But no. Now everybody's coming. Yeah, I want to come on Wednesday and be cool. All right. So, get your shit done, and let's go have some fun.